Number 1, brushing your teeth too hard. Brushing your teeth, one of the most mundane, responsible adult tasks. You're not out there skydiving or wrestling bears, you're just trying to make your dentist proud. But if you're brushing like you're scrubbing a barbecue grill, you might be inviting a sneaky little thing called receding gums, which isn't just a cosmetic issue, by the way. Overbrushing can strip away your gum tissue, exposing the roots of your teeth like a plot twist you didn't ask for. Once those roots are out and about, you're at risk for periodontal disease, which is basically gum apocalypse. It doesn't stop at making your teeth sensitive. It can lead to bone loss, infection, and eventually, teeth doing the walk of shame out of your mouth. Your body's immune system gets involved, which might sound like backup, but it can turn into a full-blown inflammation party. And chronic inflammation, that's the shady cousin of literally every major disease, heart issues, diabetes, even Alzheimer's, all because you wanted your teeth extra clean. So yeah, brushing is important. But if you're treating your gums like they insulted your family, you're not cleaning, you're exfoliating your way into potential disaster. Number 2, holding in your pee. Everyone's done it. Maybe you're on a Zoom call or stuck in traffic or just too comfortable to get up. So you wait, and by the time you finally go, it feels like you've just defused a bomb. But here's the thing, holding it in constantly can mess with you in terrifying ways. Your bladder is a stretchy little balloon, and like all balloons, it has limits. Repeatedly delaying urination can weaken the muscles and nerve signals involved in bladder control. Translation, you're training your body for future urinary retention or worse, neurogenic bladder, where your nervous system starts ghosting your bladder altogether. And it gets better, by which I mean worse. If you're holding it in and bacteria are hanging out in your urinary tract, congrats, you've just given them a 5-star hotel to multiply. This can lead to urinary tract infections, which, if ignored, can climb the ladder to your kidneys and set up camp as pyelonephritis. So next time your brain says, "It's fine, I'll go later," remember, your bladder is not a vault, it's a system. Respect it, or it might just stop calling you back. Number 3, cracking your neck. You're sitting at your desk. You tilt your head, apply a little pressure, and pop, instant relief. It's the adult version of bubble wrap. But if you're doing this regularly, especially forcefully, you might be setting yourself up for a vascular horror story. Meet your vertebral arteries, those little tubes that carry blood to your brain. They pass right through your neck vertebrae. Now, when you aggressively twist or crack your neck, there's a tiny but real chance you could cause a vertebral artery dissection, a tear in the artery wall. Blood then leaks into the layers, clots form, and bam, stroke city, population. It's rare, yes, but more common in people under 45 than you'd like to think. You don't even need to go full Mortal Kombat, just one awkward neck stretch could be the trigger. The worst part, symptoms might not show up immediately. You might just feel dizzy, get a headache, or have some tingling, and then suddenly it's, why is one side of my body not working? So if your go-to stress relief involves twisting your head like a Pez dispenser, maybe don't. There are safer ways to de-stress, like breathing or screaming into a pillow. Number 4, sitting too still. You've heard sitting is the new smoking, right? Yeah, it's not just a trendy phrase designed to guilt-trip office workers. Sitting for long periods, like, every single day you work, can set you up for a grab bag of hidden dangers. The big one, deep vein thrombosis, or DVT, which is a fancy way of saying congrats, you've formed a sneaky blood clot in your leg that might travel to your lungs and ruin your week. Your body relies on muscle movement to help pump blood back to the heart. When you sit still for too long, especially without stretching or moving your legs, blood pools in the lower half like a lazy river of doom. Clots love this environment. It's cozy, it's quiet, it's deadly. Also, long-term sedentary behavior has been linked to metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and even some cancers. Your desk job might come with dental insurance, but it's also offering a free side of systemic inflammation and insulin resistance. So set that timer, stretch, walk around, do squats in your living room like a caffeinated kangaroo. Your body will thank you. Your blood clots, however, will not. Number 5, eating burnt toast. It's golden brown, it's crunchy, it smells like childhood breakfasts, and if you leave it in the toaster 5 seconds too long, it becomes a potential carcinogen delivery device. Yes, we're talking about burnt toast, acachard regret with butter on top. Here's the villain of the story, acrylamide. It forms in starchy foods like bread and potatoes when they're cooked at high temperatures. Think frying, roasting, or yes, toasting into oblivion. This chemical has been shown in animal studies to increase the risk of cancer. And while human research is still ongoing, because it turns out we can't just burn people's toast for science, health agencies have waved a big red caution flag. Now you'd have to eat a lot of acrylamide to hit danger levels, but let's be honest, when's the last time you ate a perfectly golden piece of toast and didn't go, "Hey, I like it a little burnt"? Your body doesn't exactly have a built-in char filter, so those chemicals from burnt food just hang out, making trouble like tiny rebellious teenagers in your digestive tract. So yeah, maybe don't scrape the black off and pretend it never happened. Your toaster's not just betraying your breakfast, it's subtly testing your risk tolerance. Number 6, oversleeping on weekends. There's no better feeling than sleeping in on a Saturday. You wake up at noon, stretch like a smug cat, and feel like you just hacked the universe. But surprise, your brain and body might hate you for it. Enter social jet lag, a term that sounds fake but is absolutely real and rude. When you drastically change your sleep schedule on weekends, act a sleep binge, you mess up your body's circadian rhythm, your internal clock that regulates sleep, hormones, digestion, and your ability to not hate mornings. This mismatch doesn't just make Mondays feel worse. Long-term, it's been linked to obesity, depression, cardiovascular disease, and metabolic disorders, because your body isn't just counting hours, it's watching timing. And when you throw it off by sleeping till noon, it's like switching time zones every weekend without the fun of a vacation. And let's not forget the cherry on top, sleep inertia, that groggy, foggy feeling after sleeping too much. It's your brain being like, "I thought we were dead. Are we not dead?" So by all means, enjoy that extra sleep. Just don't let it turn into a weekly brain jet crash. Number 7, holding a sneeze. You're in a meeting, or on a date, or anywhere that society has decided sneezing is not sexy. So you clamp your mouth shut, pinch your nose, and force your body to internalize a literal explosion of air. Great idea if your goal is to gamble with your anatomy. Holding in a sneeze can lead to ruptured eardrums, torn throat tissue, and in extremely unlucky cases, even a burst blood vessel in your brain or eyes. A sneeze expels air at up to 100 miles per hour. That's faster than a major league fastball and somehow grosser. When you block it, the pressure ricochets through your sinuses, ears, and skull like a biological pinball machine. Your body designed sneezing as an eject function for irritants, so trapping it inside is basically putting the trash in a blender and praying. So next time you feel a sneeze coming on in public, don't muffle it into your soul. Just sneeze into your elbow like a civilized pandemic survivor and let the pressure go where nature intended, away from your eyeballs. Number 8, cleaning with too much bleach. You want your home to be clean. You want germs to die painful, chemical deaths. So you whip out the bleach and go full hazmat mode on every surface like you're prepping for a CSI crime scene. And then you start coughing, your eyes burn, maybe you feel a little dizzy. Yep, overexposure to bleach fumes is a thing, and it can do more than just ruin your nasal passages. Inhaling too much bleach, especially in poorly ventilated spaces, can irritate your lungs and mucous membranes, triggering asthma attacks, chemical burns, or even pulmonary edema. That's fluid in your lungs and not the fun kind. And mixing bleach with ammonia or acidic cleaners, congrats, you've just created chloramine gas, a chemical weapon with bonus points in the "I didn't read the label" Olympics. Your immune system also doesn't love the constant chemical assault. Long-term exposure to strong cleaning agents has been linked to decreased lung function and even chronic respiratory issues, especially in people who clean regularly. So all of us, yeah, disinfect, be clean, but maybe dial down the bleach cologne before you fumigate yourself into a respiratory mystery. Number 9, chewing ice. You're sipping a drink and before you know it, you're chomping on the leftover ice cubes like a hungry polar bear. It's crunchy, it's satisfying, and it's also a red flag both for your teeth and your overall health. Let's start with the obvious. Your teeth hate this habit. Chewing ice can lead to microfractures in your enamel, the hard, protective outer layer of your teeth. Think of it like tapping a windshield over and over until it finally cracks. Only in this case, you're paying for the repairs with your dental insurance and tears. But here's the hidden kicker. Craving ice constantly may actually signal an underlying condition called pica, which is the urge to eat non-food items. And when it specifically targets ice, it's often linked to iron deficiency anemia. That's right, your seemingly harmless ice munching could be your body's way of saying, "Hey, we're low on iron, and I have no idea how to communicate properly, so let's chew frozen water instead." So if you're crunching cubes daily like it's your side hustle, it might be worth checking in with a doctor. Or at least stop acting like your molars are indestructible jaw crushers. Number 10, wearing flip-flops everywhere. Flip-flops are basically the sweatpants of footwear. They're casual, comfy, and great for pretending you're one margarita away from a beach vacation. But if they're your go-to shoe for everything, your body might be filing a complaint. Here's the deal. Flip-flops offer zero arch support, heel cushioning, or stability. Walking in them forces your toes to grip constantly, which messes with your gait, strains your calves, and can lead to plantar fasciitis, aka stabbing foot pain that makes every step feel like punishment. And because they're so flat and flimsy, your knees, hips, and lower back have to work overtime to keep you from walking like a deflated scarecrow. Over time, this can lead to chronic pain, joint misalignment, and a very expensive relationship with your chiropractor. Oh, and if you think you're immune because you're young and invincible, cool. Enjoy your twisted ankle when you sprint across a parking lot and your sandal folds like a taco under your foot. So yeah, wear flip-flops to the beach, the pool, or when you're too lazy for real shoes. Just don't wear them like they're orthopedic miracles, because your joints are silently judging you. Number 11, drinking too much water. Yes, you read that right. Even water, literal life juice, can betray you. We've all heard stay hydrated a million times, but nobody ever says, hey, don't drown your kidneys in the process. Drinking excessive amounts of water in a short period can lead to hyponatremia, which is when your blood's sodium levels get so diluted that your cells start to swell. That includes your brain cells, and when your brain swells, it's not a cute glow-up, it's a full-blown emergency. Symptoms can start with headaches, confusion, and nausea. In severe cases, it can cause seizures, coma, and even death. Yes, death by overhydration. You hydrated too hard. It usually affects endurance athletes, people doing water drinking contests. Why are those even a thing? And folks who think a gallon an hour is the path to glowing skin. Spoiler. It's not, so drink water obviously, but don't treat your bladder like a bottomless pit. Your kidneys have limits and they'd prefer not to stage a protest inside your torso. Number 12, overusing hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer, our pandemic-era MVP, savior of social handshakes and destroyer of germs. But what happens when you start using it like it's lotion? Stuff gets weird. Most sanitizers are alcohol-based, usually containing 6–70% ethanol or isopropyl alcohol. Effective, yes. Gentle, absolutely not. Overuse can dry out and crack your skin, creating little entry points for bacteria, the very thing you were trying to avoid. And here's the kicker. Your skin is home to its own little microbiome, a whole civilization of good bacteria that actually protect you. When you nuke that population 12 times a day, your skin barrier gets compromised, and your immune system might respond with irritation, inflammation, or even contact dermatitis. Oh, and if you're using one of those dollar store mystery brands, some of them contain methanol, which is toxic and can be absorbed through your skin, because nothing says clean like accidental poisoning. So by all means, sanitize your hands, but also maybe chill out a little. Soap and water are still a thing. Your skin microbiome misses you. Number 13, using headphones for hours. You pop in your earbuds. You're vibing. It's just you, your playlist, and absolutely no awareness of the fact that you're slowly sabotaging your hearing like it's a long con. Let's break it down. Prolonged headphone use, especially at high volume, can lead to noise-induced hearing loss. Your inner ear contains these delicate little hair cells that translate sound into signals for your brain. Blast them with loud audio for too long and those hair cells just give up. And they don't grow back. Listening at over 85 decibels, that's about as loud as city traffic, for extended periods can start doing damage. And let's be honest, you're probably cranking it way past that if you can't hear someone yelling your name from across the room. But wait, there's more. Constant use of earbuds, especially the unwashed kind, can trap bacteria and increase your risk of ear infections. Ever had your ear canal feel like it's being punished for your Spotify addiction? Yeah, not fun. So do your ears a favor, turn it down, take breaks, and maybe clean your earbuds once in a blue moon. Your future self will thank you when you're not shouting "what" during every conversation at age 42. Number 14, sleeping on your stomach. It seems harmless, cozy even. You flop down on your bed like a sea otter and pass out face first. But sleeping on your stomach is the biomechanical equivalent of stuffing your neck into a pretzel and saying, "sweet dreams." This position puts your spine completely out of alignment, especially in your neck and lower back. Your head turns to one side for hours, which stresses your cervical spine like it's stuck in a yoga pose you didn't consent to. Over time, this can lead to chronic neck pain, back pain, and even nerve compression. And let's not forget your internal organs. You're literally lying on them all night. Great for your digestion, said no gastroenterologist ever. Bonus fun fact. Stomach sleeping also smashes your face into a pillow, which dermatologists say contributes to wrinkles and acne. Because why not ruin your back and your skincare goals in one go? So yes, sleeping on your stomach feels comforting until you wake up with the posture of a retired question mark. Roll to your side, use a pillow like a functional adult. Stop treating your spine like a folding chair. Number 15, taking too many supplements. Just in case you wake up, open your cabinet, and there it is. Your personal pharmacy of brightly labeled bottles, vitamins, minerals, extracts from berries that only grow on mountain cliffs in Peru. You pop them all because more health equals more better, right? Wrong. While supplements can help fill nutritional gaps, overdoing it is a real fast track to messing with your body in ways you didn't see coming. For example, too much vitamin A can lead to liver damage and hair loss. Excess iron can cause constipation, stomach pain, and organ toxicity. Vitamin D overdose. That leads to calcium overload, which is as unpleasant as it sounds. And let's not ignore the fact that supplements aren't tightly regulated. Some brands include extras like heavy metals, stimulants, or random plant compounds that sound like spells from Harry Potter. You can also end up with supplement interactions that mess with medications you're taking, turning your wellness routine into a pharmacological soap opera. So yeah, unless your doctor tells you otherwise, stop treating supplements like Skittles. Your liver's working overtime just to keep up with your health overachievement. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.